Alright, I'm back for another build guide after the newest patch and all the buff and nerfs. I have tested almost all the possible melee builds with every single jewelry, enchant and gem, and this one seems to be the most consistent until we get some fixes that the devs promised, like, I don't know, more than a week ago. They've been radio silent about that, but until we get those fixes, this is what is strongest for a melee build. Disclaimer: this build is optimized for speedrunning, single target boss fights where sustain does not matter, where you're not going to take damage or you're going to do so much damage that you end up skipping entire mechanics. So keep that in mind. First things first, patch changes. Rogue got a bunch of patch changes. Most of them were buffs. A few stealth ninja fixes that actually ended up hurting us a lot. The first one is lethal poison. This got buffs. We have higher chance to proc it now, and we have way higher dexterity scaling. This is a very good buff. We got some talents got swapped. And Venom got swapped for, I think, was Opportunity Strike, and Acidic Splatter got swapped for Intent to Kill. This is fantastic. That way we don't need to get dead talents if you want to spend your filler points in another tree. So this is really good. And Venom got buffed. It's now 100% chance. This is great. Fantastic talent. Acidic Splatter also got buffed. We have higher proc chance, and we have 100% scaling with dexterity and intellect. This is really good, and on top of that, the magic resistance is just really good for any magic damage you end up doing. So a must-have talent on almost every build. Deadly poison. This one actually got buffed. It does you do more. You have higher chance to crit per stack now, but it also got stealth nerfed. It got stealth fixed. There used to be a bug with this talent where it used to do two things on top of what it does already. It used to let you stack. Instead of 7 with improved mixture, you could stack all the way up to 9 poison stacks. This was really good. If you got to those 9 stacks, that was a lot of damage, and it scaled with venomous finisher, so it was really good. And the other thing I'm pretty sure he was doing, it was I'm not sure if it was on crit, but I'm pretty sure when you have 1 point here, you will get 2 stacks of poison every time poison proc instead of 1. I'm not sure if it was only for crits or if it was like random when it gave you, but I'm pretty sure it was giving 2 stacks. So it meant you would hit the higher stacks faster. So pretty significant nerf. Nowhere in the patch notes. It's completely ninja fix. I mean, it needed to be fixed, but I would like in the future the devs actually put shit like this in the patch notes. There's no reason to not say anything in the patch notes, and this actually ends up being a really big nerf to the left side of the tree. Venom Infusion, fantastic talent. The proc chunk is now even better. It got buffed, so really good. Bullying the weak used to like be 3% for 1 point and also 3% for 1 point. Now it's 2 and 4. Really good, assuming this thing actually works on everything. Like it actually multiplies damage on everything when you attack a poison enemy. This is really strong. Probably one of the strongest talents in the entire rogue talent tree. We got Virulent Magic. It now has higher scaling, but it's still intellect. I really wish it got the acidic platter treatment where it's like mix between dexterity and intellect, or just pure dexterity. This being only intellect, it's not great. It's not great, it's not terrible, but it could be better. Because Venomous finisher is also bugged right now. It's not calculating damage properly. The devs did say they were aware of this, and they said like a week ago they were going to fix it. They have been radio silent about this. This is probably the major reason why the left tree is now weaker than the middle tree. So until this gets fixed, go with this middle tree with 2 points over here, because it's just stronger straight up. Once this gets fixed, I'll redo all the tests, and we'll see where we actually are at. But for now, yeah, middle three, 2 points here, on one on Venom and one on Little Dose. That's probably the best damage you're going to get, even if you're like full physical damage. For stat priority, getting into the build, it's the same as always. We prioritize dexterity over everything. Grab all the pieces that have the most dexterity on them. I will post a link in the description where to get them. The only different from previous builds is this chest piece, because it has intellect versus the pirate chest piece, which had faith and was 3 faith. So I like the 4 dexterity for intellect one. It also has armor pen and magic pen, which is great. I think the spirit of the spelunker is just way better right now if you're going to run Ratsar with Claudius. And then you can grab a second armor pen cloak and then add the dexterity intellect enchant. Same thing for this one, dexterity intellect enchant. Dexterity over here, and then I have armor pen over here. You can do Farever here as well. For weapons, I use the boat. You can use flaming enchant. I think the boat is better. That's just my opinion, and from my testing, the boat has always been better, but you can use flaming enchant. Some people have good results with it. Jewelry, I go all in on armor pen. These rings and necklace, I think they're one time. Every time you like open chests in high level zones or kill world bosses, so you can be unlucky on your rogue and not get them. So if you really want to farm them, just make alts and rush the level 18 to 20 zone, and then just try to do all the chests and all the world bosses, and you should get them. If not, you can use the crafted ones. Yeah, these are okay. You can also use this as well. These are also okay, but I prefer the green ones with 4 armor pen. You can also use the Farever ones. Like this, you can use Farever. It's fine. But for me, going all in on armor pen is what's given me the best results. Same thing for gems. Farever armor pen, 2 strongest stats you can stack on them. Again, for me, that has been the best. If you are missing gem or enchant recipes, again, go to high level zone. Make sure you clear like all the world bosses, all of these chests that were like their ambush, where you try to open the chest and you have to kill mobs before you can actually loot the chest. Try to do all that, and then if not, you can try to kill all the Crimson Patrols. The highest one I think is Ben. Captain Ben spawns somewhere over here, and he patrols like this. So you can kill him over and over until you get all your recipes and runes and enchants. And you can try to kill almost every Crimson Patrol. That should yield you the highest chance to get all the missing recipes. Talent tree already said so, like, it's all super strong. This is useless. Intent to kill, you're not killing anything. Cooldown reduction is pretty useless. Like, All of our abilities are already pretty low cooldown, and like 6%, it's pretty terrible. Feeler points, obviously go and Venom. This is like a no-brainer. And then your last point is between finishing the job and Lethal Dose. And right now, because Lethal Poison has higher dexterity, Skelly ends up doing a lot more damage than before. We go Lethal Dose for the extra poison damage. It's definitely better than the higher crit chance on your auto attacks. Your basic attacks are already a very low percentage of your overall damage on fights, so there makes no sense to like spend points on this. Runes, I've been running the classic speedrun stuff, since we're going to be spamming finishers during Urge to Kill. Getting one combo point after every finisher is probably the best. The crit one is also good. I prefer this one. Double charge on Shadow Step. This is my favorite. Like, you can get the combo point one, but being able to reposition and be behind your enemy so that your basic attacks do more damage from the Twin Fangs special stat, then it's like a no-brainer to go Shadow Step and just constantly reposition. You can also avoid damage by Shadow Stepping at the very last second. Knives Tempest, again, the only one that's worth it is the Armor Pen. This one, the only one that's worth it is the 5 combo point, unless you're like taking damage for some reason, but you shouldn't be taking any damage during speedruns unless it's like not Crab Gun to our Ratsar. This is basically a build for Crab Gun to our Ratsar, where sustain doesn't matter, so 5 combo points all the way. And then Urge to Kill, the ramp up one, is like undefeated. Nothing comes close to this. Consumes. Got our new consumes. You pop this one, and then these two. That's what's best in slot right now. If you don't want to farm, you can use Fondue. So super easy to make. It's not terribly worse than the Feast, but it is worse. But it's not that far off. So if you don't want to farm this the Feast, you can just do Ramberg Fondue for 4 dexterity. Make sure to leave a comment if you guys want me to make a video on how to farm the mats for the Cauldron and for the Feast. I can for sure do that. I'm not going to do it on this video, but if you guys want that, make sure to leave a comment and I will make a video about that. Abilities, let's start with basic attacks. The final combo of this is still like pretty useless in my opinion. Like, yeah, you will do more damage and you will proc it, but eventually you proc it and then it resets the procs, so you will never ever hit 10 stacks. So yeah, it's good and it's also bad, but we're stuck with it for now unless the devs decide to change it. That's how it works, and like it just let it eat the stacks. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to like stop basic attacking just so you can hit 10 stack. It's not worth it. Gaping Wound, best Twin Fang ability by far. It has 3 components. The initial hit, the initial hit, the dot, which is actually raw damage, not physical or magic, so it ignores armor and it cannot crit, but it ignores armor. And it's currently, I'm not sure if it's bug or if it's intended, but Farever does not affect it right now. And instead of 240% dexterity, it is doing 400 for some reason. The proc is insanely good. Basically, every time you apply any type of periodic effect, basically any debuff that shows up on the enemy health bar up here will have a 50% chance when applying it to to proc this extra physical damage, and it's really good. It ends up being one of our highest damage sources, so it's really really good. Chief is basically a combo point generator. Um, does pretty good damage, and if it crits, it can proc Sharpened Fangs, which is the passive, twice. Um, this one is also, I'm pretty sure it's bug. It's like it has like way higher scaling than it should. Definitely not 15% dexterity, but it's okay. It's whatever. The 10% extra damage per status is only to this passive, and it works the same way as the proc. Like literally every single debuff applied to the enemy will give you a stacking 10% damage buff to this dot. Pretty good. Moving on to Claudius, we got the uppercut, fantastic ability. You really never ever want to use this other than when you're at 10 stacks. Basically, how it works, every time you use any ability, even your like child step, anything counts. Anytime you use an ability, you build up a stack, and each stack makes the uppercut do 50% more damage. So you always, always, always want to use this at 10 stacks, unless the boss is about to die, and for some reason you have this off cooldown, then use it to finish off the boss. But you should always only use it when it's at 10 stacks. Only negative thing I can say about it is like the hitbox is super tiny, so you have to be basically right on top of the boss for it to hit. Like sometimes you'll do a finisher and immediately uppercut, and then you're completely out of position and end up not hitting and wasting all your stacks because this misses. So make sure you're like directly under the boss when you use it. Twin Claws, awesome ability. It does hybrid damage. It's a two-step hit. Basically, the first hit is physical and scales with dexterity, and the second hit is magical damage and scales with intellect. Both of them can individually crit, and both of them can individually proc. Are gaping wounds proc, so sometimes you will see you use this ability and you see a lot of gaping wound procs, because basically each individual hit can proc poisons, sharpened fangs. Basically, any proc can proc from it, so it's really really strong. Fantastic ability. The only negative thing I can say is that, again, just like the uppercut, it has super small hitbox. So if you're not directly under the boss, you can miss it, which you don't want to do. That really sucks. That'll be all for the build guide. If you guys, I will leave a link for the minimap and the DPS meter. Really useful, especially when speedrunning, where you're like testing builds and trying to test what's best and what works and what doesn't work, and find bugs and anything like that. You really need a DPS meter, so I will post a link in the description below to the download. It's super easy to install, and the devs have confirmed that they will not be banning anyone for using this particular DPS meter, so it's safe to use. Highly, highly recommended. I will be posting Ratsar and Krabgan to a speedrun soon, with this exact same build, so you guys can see what it's capable of. Um, Devs have confirmed the new zone, so we will be getting new gear at the end of the month, which is fantastic because we really need like some new content. Right now it's just speed running or mount farming or glider farming, and that can definitely get boring. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Make sure to leave a comment if you guys have any questions about the build. I will try to answer them as best and as fast as I can. And make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you see. It helps a lot to grow the channel. Thanks a lot for watching.